The protest started early in San Francisco. The tour of the Olympic torch, fast turning into a travelling fiasco, moves to the American city later today. Last night, thousands, including the Hollywood star Richard Gere and Archbishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa, turned out for a pro-Tibet vigil. And the PR effort isn't doing much better inside China. Earlier today, a group of protesting monks stormed a media tour in the country's western provinces, as James Blake reports.
It was a carefully stage-managed, state-sponsored media tour of a monastery near Tibet, when suddenly about 15 monks broke ranks and ran across the plaza, carrying the forbidden Tibetan flag, calling for the Dalai Lama to return. It is the second time that monks have dared to defy the authorities during a press visit. Such is the strength of feeling here, they risk their own imprisonment, telling journalists 8 fellow monks are still being held by the police. We're not asking for Tibetan independence, they say. We're just asking for human rights. It comes as San Francisco braces itself for its stage in the Olympic torch relay. These protesters have promised to be peaceful, but the streets are still lined with police.
Usually we have to fight to find places to give interviews to and talk about the Tibetan suffering, but something has happened, obviously, which spontaneously the universe has opened up.
This opening up, it seems, has even spread into Congress.
And, Madam Speaker, if the present repression continues, the Beijing Games will indeed become the Genocide Olympics.
And China suppresses the world press that tries to report on what they are doing by issuing scripted propaganda papers about these peaceful Tibetan people. Propaganda that we have not seen since Hitler's Nazi Germany.
So San Francisco may expect scenes like this today. Questions are being raised as to exactly who are the Chinese officials in blue. In London, the Chinese embassy claimed it doesn't have any details of their background. But it's emerged that the men were recruited from the elite Chinese People's Armed Police. This morning, a spokesperson for the International Olympic Committee told Channel 4 News it was not concerned about those revelations, even though the same police organisation have been responsible for the recent crackdown in Tibet. Showing off his Mandarin, the Australian Prime Minister is in China this lunchtime. He said the police guards won't be allowed at the Olympic procession in Australia and said he plans to have a straightforward discussion with China's leaders over the recent violence in Tibet.